Okay, today's showdown. XHP holdout versus Kershaw Leek. The holdout is XHP blade, G10 frame, G10 only, no steel liners. Coming in at 2.1 ounces off of our scale here. The Leek is coming in at 2.7 ounces. They're very comparable as far as size, although the holdout, the cold steel holdout is a bit wider, but both pointy. Other than that, they're basically in the same range. Now, what's the selling price on this? The Kershaw.
The Kershaw Leek retail is $74.99.
$74.99 retail. Street price
is $47.95.
$47.95.
Yes.
And then XHP holdout.
XHP holdout is $124.99, and street price $74.95.
All right. So street price is 74 versus
47.
47. A bit more expensive on the holdout. Quite frankly, a bit more costly materials XHP versus Sandvik. Number something. What is the number?
14C28N.
Okay, that's the steel. Probably, a good standard quality production steel. Certainly not, as expensive as XHP. We're going to do weight hang test. We're going to do impact test, weight hang test. This is a frame lock. I have two of them. They're both in perfect working order out of the box. The only thing we've done is slightly take off the edge and point for my safety. I do notice that each one of these has a different lockup, a different looking lockup. I don't know if we can get in there, but one of these is in just slightly more. They call that, early lockup if it's has a lot more room to travel forward, which sometimes is what you want so it doesn't wear out as quickly. However, too early of lockup can be a slipping hazard. So this one for sure has a little bit more lockup. We're gonna be putting this one in the impact test because I think this is the better one of the two, and I'm trying to be overly fair. I do that with everything, overly fair. So we'll set this one aside. We did drill a hole in the back with both of these. Almost the exact same distance. Actually, the whole they're basically the exact same distance. You can see them. So all the torque values will all be the same because of the distance from the pivot on both. So we're gonna put the holdout for this Leek in here. Strategically, I pre-made a little small spacer just in case this would flex in. So I don't want this to. There's my 30. If you have a liner lock or frame lock, especially, you don't want those parallel sides to get bowed in. It will definitely change your outcome here, and we want this to be as perfect as possible. So now that it's in there, I just want to make sure it opens. It's good. So that's locked into place as good as it would be. So we look for cold steel. It's 5 spine wax, 30 pounds of torque here. 1. So far, so good. 2. 3. The lock is almost fully onto the blade. Now it's moved over quite a bit. Usually when they move over that much, they're not slipping off. They're wearing in or almost wearing out. But wearing in all the way means it's worn out. Where are we at?
4.
Last one.
Last one.
And number 5. Okay, that's a pass. can see the lock, and that's what you want a frame lock and liner lock to do. You want them to go the whole way over, because that test signifies, you know, a lot of lifetime use in a knife. There's a light little bit of tick in there, but really it's not bad. Still opens. Little sluggish. A little bit hard to unlock because the leaf is bent the whole way over. But in that case, it certainly shouldn't slip out. So we're going to test it now. I'm going to put a star on this one so I don't get them confused, because we have the pristine one over there. We'll put the holdout in. So bear in mind again, when we're testing these knives, am I saying the holdout's better than the leak? I'm not trying to. All I'm saying is, if Cold Stone made that knife, would it pass for sale? It came in from production, and can we sell it? Does it pass our tests? One. You guys can decide what's better, what's not better, what you like better. Two. A lot of times you like something that might not maybe on paper be better, and that's fine. You like what you like, buy what you want. We're here to say, hey, will it pass our tests? 3. 4. And 5. Okay, we'll do it there. Okay, check this out. Good working order. No play. So we're going to go now for the overstrike. This is the one with the star we've already tested. We're going to raise up just a little bit. I don't know that that's entirely fair, because we'll hit on the blade and not the handle. I'm not saying it's not fair for this knife. I'm just saying it's certainly not the same thing if we hit this blade and we hit this handle. So I think we're just going to go and skip that and go right to the weight hang. They're just too different in design to fairly test that. So let's go right to the weight hang. Okay. So we're aware that the holdout is lighter in weight. So if the lighter knife would happen, if the heavier knife holds more than the lighter knife, then we would calculate the torque to find and break them both to see how much inch-pounds of torque they each hold. But if the lighter one wins, then it's not necessary. It's only if the heavier one would win. So here we're going to hang from the same distance here. We'll start with 45 pounds. We'll remember to give you the values. You have your calculator, Chief?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. For example, wait. So we made our hole here exactly 3 inches from the center of the pivot. So whatever weight these hold, you're going to multiply by 3 inches and get the inch-pounds of torque. So in this case, you're talking, the lock is going to receive 45 times 3 will be the inch-pounds of torque. Okay, you ready to rock and roll?
Ready.
Okay, 45 pounds. millimeter. Okay, there's 45 pounds. This has a severe buckle in it. Very importantly though, it passed the spine wide test. That's really the important thing. I wasn't planning on this, but I'm gonna throw some of these lightweights on there because I'm not sure if we're gonna get it up to another 45 pounds. How many of those do I have? So we're going to 10 pounds more. So we're talking 55 pounds now. So that you can see. So that you can see failed at 55 pounds, held 45. So realistically, we can say the Kershaw Leek took 40. What's 45 times 3? I don't know.
135 inch-pounds.
Took 135 inch-pounds successfully, and then it failed. The good news here is that it failed in a way that you would want this to fail. It bent in and stopped the blade, impeding it from closing on your fingers. If you were that so far out of touch that you were really working your knife too hard in a bad situation, whatever, at least you would have not been cut. So, we have one more. We don't need to keep them for anything. So let's take it. We'll take 5 off. How much is that thing? It's 55 pounds now, right?
Yeah. Or those?
They're 5. They're 2.5 pounds each.
So we're at 50?
50. I'm sorry, 50. 45. 50. 50.
60.
60 is what I'm trying to say. 60. Let's see what. Now this knife was brand new. Now this one had the lockup that was.
It's hanging on the other one.
Lockup that was kind of early. It's possible that this could just pop right off. But the other one did pretty well as far as going the right direction. So let's see what happens. Pop off. That is the worrying fear about what everybody. What's guys say? Oh yeah, you want early lockup on a knife. Well, I don't want any early lockup. Early lockup means it's probably going to slip off under some type of stress. Again, that's the danger of a frame lock and liner locks, that real care has to be taken to make sure that they're, that one did all that and still held more weight than this, or I guess it didn't hold more weight, but it didn't feel the wrong way. So this one had to slip off. What you don't want when you have two identical knives is two totally different results. That basically, though, is the nature of a frame lock. Kershaw's really not to be ridiculed for that. That's just the way this design performs, bottom line. So the holdout, it's actually still holding that way. Okay, that's it.